Hey yo, what up? Going on? What's good? Realest one, slide accordingly. Mr. Slide Accordingly. Like, share, subscribe, support the platform, support a real one. What's popping? What's good? What's going on? What's shaking? What's the deal? What's the word? Martin Luther King Day. R.I.P. to the King. All hell. Breaking loose in America as usual. But hey, I guess it wouldn't quite be America if there wasn't any turmoil, huh? You got what you got. Let's see what we got. Let's go down the list. You got apps being taken down and getting put back up the next day, right? Uh California going through hell, all hell break loose over there with the fires, you know. 27 people they say lost their lives, RIP to those people, man. And condolences and prayers to their families. That situation opened up the door for all types of conspiracies and theories, you know. But it wouldn't be, once again, it would not be America if there wasn't a situation where there were more questions than answers in any event, right? But this TikTok thing, I ain't gonna lie, I thought they was playing. I thought they was playing when they said, yo, you finna shut that down, right? I thought they was playing, and I'm not even somebody who be on there. I have an account. I was on there before to test it out, see what was good with it and all of that. The algorithm is way different over there. I ain't gonna lie. I see why people were focused on trying to make things work over there versus other apps. The algorithm way different. I was just playing around, uploading things, and ended up getting hundreds of views, thousands of views for things. I'm like, oh, for real? Y'all watched that? Y'all clicked on this? So I can understand, I can understand. But it's like as popular as the app is, as big as it is, and as long as it's been around, I really thought they was playing when they was talking about getting rid of that app. It's not that I would be that much surprised, but I'm like, out of all the things America could focus on, y'all really choose to focus on that. You know what I mean? I didn't really think that they would take effort. From my understanding, the stipulation was that someone either had to invest in the app or buy it or something like that. Fill me in on, if I'm wrong or whatever the case. But from my understanding, there was something similar to that. And if it didn't happen by a certain date, that's it. I guess I wasn't the only one who thought they was playing either, because would you believe it or not, would you believe that when the time came for them to shut that damn app down, they said that there was a flood of 911 calls across the United States, fam. I kid you not. Type it in for yourself. I kid you not. Even though they was basically saying, all right, now, we about to shut it down. It's that time, right? I wasn't the only one who thought they was bullshitting. Folks really called 911 when they found out they couldn't get into their TikTok account. Is that a little extreme? Is that a little much? I would say so, only because of the fact that nobody should have been surprised. But like I say, I didn't really think they was going to do it. But at the same time, you can't put nothing past America. You know what I mean? They have a knack for paying attention to things that are less relevant than the things they should be paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? There's other things we can name right now. Like we could do a whole video on things they should be worried about instead of a damn app. But anyway, the app get taken down, and then what was it? Was that the next day the app get put back up? I guess Donald Trump had something to do with that. It was wild, fam. It's like, wow, all that damn drama over this app, and for it to get put back up the next day. Amazing. That is so amazing to me. Imagine how the people who was calling 911 thoughts, like, damn, I really called them people. I really called the laws about this, and here they is, they put it back up. Well, they calling Trump a hero and everything, bro. It was wild. It was wild. And shout out to the people who use TikTok. I'm not big on TikTok, like I say. people was going back and forth about it too. Folks is like, y'all really acting us crazy over an app, you know? And people threw out reasons for why people were acting that way. Number one, people were like, yo, y'all forget TikTok is a big community, and you know, now that it's gone, that might make some people, you know, fall into a depression because they can't interact with the community they've built on the app, which basically that's any app you could say that about. But I don't know, man. What y'all think about that part right there? You understand? Because we got to have a life outside of the internet, right? Right? I mean, but the biggest thing was some folks is like, yo, so people was making their income from that app. You know, some people felt like, yo, they got a right to be upset. Some people got a right to be making an income from that app. And then, you know, you always going to have the negative Nancy's or however you want to call them. You know, the folks who don't never have nothing good to say. Because I didn't have a dog in the fight. You know, it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. Some folks like, why don't you just get a job? Right? I do hate people that do that type of thing. It's like, just because, okay, you know, you can't criticize this person because they chose to get money through the ad just because you have a 9 to 5 or you're doing whatever it is you're doing. That's what makes us all different. Some of us want to get money different ways, you know, because, you know, I'm not going to necessarily put it down just because I wasn't, you know, I wasn't on the app like that. But that don't mean I'm going to put it down just because I wasn't affected by it, you know, because there's no need for that. Some people, as long as it ain't affecting them, or they'll talk, they gonna drag it. They gonna drag it and they gonna try to make people look crazy just because it didn't affect them. It's like, ha ha, you know, people laugh at other folks' misfortunes in this world. You understand? People find real entertainment out of that, which I'm gonna circle the block back on that too. But here it is, boom, the app back up. Right? It's like, what did we learn from this? I tell you what I learned from. I tell you what I get from it. But we done seen this a million times. We seen that if a president, you know, really wants to get something accomplished, he can. It's like all this focus over this damn app. What about the homeless and hungry folk in the world? Why not target that? Try to, you know, do something about that. You know, of course, you know, I understand it goes a little bit deeper than that. Some people want to be in those predicaments, but all I'm saying is there are more. It was always more important things to target, to discuss, to talk about, to highlight than just an app. You should have left it alone in the first place. I should have been looking elsewhere as far as what could you do to better the country, to help the country or whatever. You know what I mean? It should have never been this big a fuss is what I'm saying. Y'all could have been putting your attention somewhere else, somewhere more relevant. But shout out to the TikTok users. You know what I'm saying? But the Cali thing, man. The Cali thing. RIP to anybody that lost anybody over in Cali, you know. All type of conspiracy theories and narratives over that situation. They saying they saying it was a natural cause or whatever. That's just something about a wind and all of this, you know, natural cause. But they also they saying folks, you know, might have set the damn fire. You know, the spookiest thing about that situation was that when it happened, the damn insurance companies cut off all the businesses, from what I heard. Right? That was spooky. It's like that's when people really start saying, wait a minute, wait a minute. That's when the door really opened up. I said, wait a minute, what's really going on here? You mean to tell me y'all wait until this happens? And then y'all just cut off the businesses that were affected? Like people have lost their lives and all of this, and y'all chose to do that. It's like, oh, they trying to get rid of us. That's when people really start saying it, yelling it loud. Yeah, they trying to get us up out of here. You know? You just can't trust the government. You just cannot trust your own country, fam. It's like when you see certain things happening and you pay attention to the timeline, the details, you notice when these type of situations happen, right? These situations that are on the news for like days and weeks straight and things like that. It's always more questions than answers, right? So there's always going to be these conspiracy theories and these narratives as to why did that happen? Who's really responsible? It wouldn't be America if it wasn't more questions than answers. That's when you worry. When we start getting the answers, when we start getting them answers to the questions, that's when you worry, because that means it's about to be another situation where there's going to be even more questions and even less answers. You understand? But yeah, man. R.I.P. to those people who did lose their life. Wild situation, just so much going on out here. And you know, folks is cold, man. Folks is so cold, bruh. What's that singer's name? I don't want to get her last name twisted. You know, the Chinese chick, if that's even her ethnicity. But you know, she used to deal with the rapper Big Sean. Her first name is Janae. I want to say AYOOO. I always got her last name mixed up. But anyway, she was one of the celebrities who had their house burnt down, and folks was laughing at the girl. Folks was laughing at this girl who had kids, got kids, because her house got burnt down. I couldn't understand it, but you know, folks love to find entertainment in other folks' misfortunes. Why are people like that? You know, we're in a world where people figure if it's not them, if they weren't affected, then it's okay to laugh about it. It's okay to make fun of it, right? It's okay to just turn your head and snicker about it. And it's like, if you can't help, if you can't do anything to offer a hand, don't say a damn thing about it. If you're not going to send prayers, if you're not going to send any blessings or any positive vibes to the people who are going through this shit, why even say anything about it? People really don't believe in good and bad karma, huh? You really don't believe that the type of energy you put out to the world is very much possible for it to circle the block on that ass. People really don't believe that, huh? I'm very careful about how I move, man. You know, when I was a kid and things like that, I used to think it was, you know, okay to if I hated somebody to say, oh, that's good for their ass. You know how we used to, you know, when it was somebody we really hated, disliked, you know, growing up, we might have said, oh, that's good for their ass, but never wishing like anything like death on anybody or near death, because that could have happened to that girl and plenty other people, which it did. 27 people. That was not a laughing matter, man. Like, the world is cold. Sometimes I feel like a Martian on this planet. I feel like a damn Martian because I be looking at people, you know, just side eyeing them, looking at them like, you really thought that was cool to do? You really found that? You found entertainment in that? We talking about people, you know, but some people look at it like this, and I get it, but I don't, you know, I'm not going to say I agree, but I get it. Some people look at these celebrities and they feel like when they're talking about losing everything they got, either whether it's losing money or losing, you know, their homes and stuff, people don't really feel sorry for them because they feel like, well, they're celebrities. They got millions in the bank. They got endorsements and royalties and all this other stuff that's going to help them, you know, all that type of stuff. So people feel like they ain't gonna feel bad for us when we go through it. Why should we feel bad when we see them going through it? You know, that's the mindset of a lot of people. And I completely understand why people feel like that, right? I understand that stance. But the least, and I say this, and I think people got to learn to just not say anything or just not react all the time. Because it sounds very messed up when you hear people saying, you know, like laughing at these type of situations just because it's a celebrity going through it. Because the fact of the matter is, it could happen to them, you, or me at any moment. And God forbid that. Because a lot of us got kids, a lot of us, everybody got family, right? Maybe, you know, in those situations, it might be easier for the celebrities to bounce back. You understand? But who knows? Maybe not so much. I forget old boy's name, but there was just one actor, black dude, who, you know, he'd been a actor for years. right? I forget his name. I know some of y'all know him if y'all seen his face. I might put his picture in this video if I decide to, without doing all the extra editing. But this man had admitted to the world that basically after all the movies, all the work he put in Hollywood, he never really made as much money as he felt he should have made. Right? He doesn't have money like you would think someone like him who's been in the game for all these years would have. And of course, people start saying, "How is that possible? As long as your ass, man, I done seen you on all type of shows and movies. You wasn't stacking your paper. What was you doing?" Yeah, that's the first thing people are gonna say, because people don't like to feel sympathy for people. People don't like to feel sorry for people if they feel like, well, you could have did better than that. You could have prevented that, and I understand that. But I also know how to put myself in other people's shoes. Just because you think that you would have handled it better, or you feel or know you would have handled it different, don't mean that it's not okay to just say, damn, I feel sorry for that person. I'm sending them blessings. I'm sending them positive vibes. That's it. Don't say nothing else. You ain't got to, what? You ain't got to shit on motherfuckers all the time. Like our damn parents told us if we ain't got nothing good to say, nigga, don't say nothing at all. Our parents told us that, but we grown now. And I don't think people teach their kids that no more anyway. If we ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. You got grown adults who just be saying the wildest stuff, looking crazy. The world is just so evil, man. The world loves to, downplay other people's situations. Even if you don't feel bad for someone, the last thing you do is speak on it, downplay it, laugh at it, try to find any purposely find it in its entertainment in some of these things we hear about. Like, y'all don't believe, like, you're putting a certain energy out into the world, and that energy could circle the block, right? Tires screeching and everything. Come back and tap on your door any moment. People think that shit is fake. People take things for granted, man. Every day is a blessing, you hear me? Every day is a blessing just to open your eyes. You need to get that first couple of seconds of a breath, when you're getting yourself up. You go look in the mirror, get yourself right for whatever it is you got to do in the morning, whatever the case. Taking your kids to school, going to work, school, whatever. All that is a blessing. It's like, I don't know, man. I think people need to work on having a little bit more courtesy in this world we in. But I'm just one person. You know what I'm saying? But that's really all, man. It's just my little word of the day / rant for the day. You know what I'm saying? Touching on those few topics or whatever. You understand? But next time we know to believe their ass when they talking about getting rid of a app or whatever. But if they could go after TikTok, an app that was clearly popular, people will clearly love that app. And I see they got a lot of good content on there, because I see people playing clips and all that type of stuff. You understand? Obviously, they could do that to any other app if they chose. A lot of people feel the internet ain't doing nothing but fucking us up anyway. You understand? But I think it's how you use it. I think it's how you use it. Because the same people who be so quick to say the internet is a poison be the same motherfuckers who be sitting their ass on the internet. So you can't believe everything they say. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got the answers. Everybody got the answers. Understand something. When I get up here and I'm talking the shit I'm talking, it's just perspective and opinion. You understand? I could always be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I could say that. I could say that. I don't mind being wrong. You know what I'm saying? When somebody correct me over anything I say in these videos in the comments, you notice the only thing I've ever said was just keep it respectful. And I'm going to leave it there. You understand? Realest one, slide accordingly. Peace and blessings. Like I say, condolences and prayers to anybody who lost their life in those fires, man. Prayers to their families and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And y'all stop laughing, making fun of other people's misfortunes and shit. That shit ain't cool. That shit ain't cute. You know what I'm saying? That's the most ignorant thing right there. And you ain't got to listen to nothing I say, but that shit comes back to you. Oh, yes, it comes back to you. It can come back to affect you or your kids. It can come back to affect you and your loved ones when you sitting there getting entertainment out of people who are going through a situation they didn't ask to be in. No, it's not about feeling sorry because you feel like you could have done things different. You understand? People love to say, "Oh, I wouldn't have done that. Why didn't you do it this way? Why do you know what I'm saying? Pass judgment instead of having any type of sympathy. Just saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Listen, it'll get better. Blessings and and prayers and positive vibes sent your way." Sometimes I feel like really the world needs a little bit of decorum. The world needs a little bit more courtesy. If you ain't got nothing good to say about people, man, just shut the fuck up. Niggas is ignorant. You know what I mean? The world would be so much better if a lot more people shut the fuck up. Tell me I'm lying. Just tell me I'm lying. And I'll shut the fuck up. You heard? Realest one, man. Hey, yo. What up? Going on? What's good? Realest one. Slide accordingly. Mr. Slide accordingly. Like, share, subscribe, support the platform, support a real one.